good? What's good? All right, we're gonna start this class. We had this class on meditation. I'm gonna show y'all beginning style meditation, man. Welcome. Turn my volume up. I know me. We're doing all kinds of things. Hope y'all can hear me. Uh, Make sure your volume straight. So y'all, and I appreciate you for coming, being here. You can comment, you all that kind of stuff. Check. To go. Thank you. Can you get off of that? All right, so all messages are visible if y'all like to. So welcome to my channel, y'all. Hey, just doing this. I had a possible client. My website's not up yet, so what I've chosen to do is I'll go on this YouTube and we'll start until I get the website. We'll call it Wednesday meditation. Thinking about doing it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on a regular. So right now we'll start off with just Wednesdays, all right? But I welcome you to my channel, and for the first three Wednesdays, we'll work on the beginners to get you in the understanding of what meditation is, and how you can gravitate this to be your own. All right. Purpose is to a lot of people have been wondering what it is I do, what's my uniqueness or whatever. I want to first bring it in pain. First, let's start with bringing it in the right way. Anytime you bring it in, we burn our incense, you burn your sage. People ask, what do these things do? What is this for? Bear with me, I got my incense behind me. These so I know we said we was gonna go 15, so it might be a little longer because first time, what I'm saying, getting anytime you initially doing something, it's gonna be a little rough. So bear with me. But one of the things you use in your tools, your incense, your crystals, your candles, and anything that you want to bring to your realm for your convenience, for your comfort. You can say support system, whatever you want to. You can bring other people. You can bring loved ones. You can, friends sit with you and and learn the same thing. So that's what I encourage. But some of the things that you're definitely going to need, without a doubt, to be able to be successful for yourself, and so I just lit some incense. Let's go back. And the incense I lit with some meditation, basic incense. I'm going a little tired to get off fancy with things. You can if you want to. You got the meditation incense, aroma fusing, this type of incense. They hand dip in, they dip these in. So I get that for like $2.99 at the little smoke shop. All right, and then I got my sage. You got your basic sage. I always like your sage. And what I do, and my uniqueness, I ensure that my sage surrounds me. All right, cut around my crown. All right, take it down the other side. Come back up. Ensure that I inhale some. All right. Now you say, what does that do? If you look at some of the videos that I have in my video collection, some of the great people that I allow myself to absorb in my universe is Ralph Smart. You understood? Prana. You know what I'm saying? Spreading that nice, beautiful word out there, which it is, and that prana, that oxygen we take lightly as far as breathing in, breathing in. I mean, it's a sustain. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that. You ain't living. So when you mix the elements of sage and incense and things like this, that adds to the air, right? So what is it doing? These are ancient incense and smells that were used before time, before we even start this modern bull, technology and all that stuff. So you're bringing back, resonating your ancestors, your spirits that are familiar with that scent, familiar with that. So I'm saying that spirituality, so they know, so they're gonna come. You're doing it right. Second thing, you must have a peaceful spot. You can't be in front of TV. Can't be, with the music all loud. Ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody coming to noise. Just ain't happening. Um, don't gotta be dog lighting, wherever you want, just as long as it's peaceful. All right. Um, and then, uh, so you got your basics. That's your basics. You know what I'm saying? Some, when you go any further, some people add fruit, alcohol. Cause yeah, your spirits before at one point in time, your ancestors at one point in time, they was in this little spaceship just like you. You know what I'm saying? Running around doing things. Now they ain't. And someone was familiar with alcohol and food and fruits and stuff, and you think they don't consume it. Yeah, they do. Then you come through with your understanding. So let's talk about some things. Let's talk about your yoga. You can come in these positions. You can have all kinds of positions. You can. Um, why I myself don't. At first beginning, I did because you learning, you starting to learn. But if you take notice of some of the religions that we already have, watch my time because we got 15 minutes. We're gonna go to definitely go to, since I started late, 9:40 now, so I'll just talk for about another 10 minutes, all right, just to get this understanding of the importance of position, your chakras, location of your crystals. You can put your affirmations and your mantras and things like that. Right. So I'll quickly scan over there. So for y'all writing, you'll be able to get quick. But every Wednesday you'll be able to come back and with me. And then it's a video too. So we're live, but it'll be video. So you'll be able to come back to it. Don't stress yourself on what you miss. So understanding your chakras, everybody, we've been hearing chakras for a while now, about a good 3 years now, strong as a population, but it's been around. All right. A lot of and shout out to them spiritual folks that's out there, been doing this, been moving and stuff, and appreciative of you guys for coming. That's what I want to tell you. So you have your chakras, and of course, and I'm just reading off my essential crystal healing collection. All right. This is something that my son, I want to give him big time kudos and big time about 3 years ago when I when he was doing it, in it, and he led me to it. So I got two sets, and you know, boy, keep around. I do what I do. So in that, it gives you. I can't, if I don't know something, I can go right to it and explain it. So you have your chakras, and you have your crown, third eye, um, your crown, your third eye, all right, your throat chakra, of course, your heart chakra, your solar plex, all right, and then your sacral, all right, and then your root, all right. So what that means to you is connection to you and the crown is connection to divine within you and all around you, all right, with your chakra. So we know that your chakra, your crown chakra is your mind, your brain, all right, understanding. Then your third eye, intuition, showing with your sense of purpose and direction in life. All right, so we understand what we visualize. All right, um, in so many realms. Okay, then we'll get into that. And your throat expressing the communication. All right, so understand your throat chakra, expressing the communication, the gift. The heart, love, compassion, and belonging. All right, and willpower, ambition, and action is your solar plex. Your sacral, joys of intimacy, creativity, and pleasure and desires and sexuality. I don't think anybody needs any explanation of that. And then your physical survival and safety, insecurity. That's your root chakra. That's your bottom. That's your, many will understand, that's your aim or whatever around there. All right. What I quickly learned from the beautiful Panic and Bobby Hemmett, who Panic is a student of, and his beautiful wife Khadijah, um, said a lot on their seminars and a lot on their lectures of understanding how to get them things spinning, getting your chakras spinning, even reversing them. All right. Um, so it's a beautiful technique. You have to be entwined. Now I want to be able to tell people that, listen, it, if you ain't coming with your believing and understanding that this is real, this is serious, this is something you can do, then you can sit up here and practice this stuff and not be a believer, not be connected in your heart. You ain't gonna get nowhere. You ain't gonna get nowhere. You ain't gonna see no outcome. Nothing. You're just gonna be roly poly on with a trend. So if that's what you're here for, then so be. It's not gonna serve you. But the first thing, I think that was on purpose. That I looked at something on TikTok and a young man was being interviewed, and the interview said, "Well, what's your view of God?" And then the individual said, "God is everything. God is everywhere." Another person, and he said, "You don't believe God?" And the person said, the interviewer said, so many this, and then he was like, "You don't believe in God? You don't believe that there's a high?" And he just walked off. You know, I had to watch that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think your spirit makes you watch and look at things and stuff like that, that's what I'm saying. When you get in tune, um, those of us that practice this way, um, lean on our spirit to lead us. You know what I'm saying? To bring us to things. And what does that mean? It's still you. It's just a different you. It's the you that you're not corresponding and connected with. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit. Or most of y'all, you can say the Holy Spirit. You're asking the Holy Spirit, come to me, come give me that guidance. You know what I'm saying? All right. So these are the things that help you connect to your spirit, not only to connect to your spirit, but to align your spirit up with this avatar body. This, we know most of the time the desires and all them things make us, we're too greedy, we're too sexuality, we're too, you get what I'm saying? So them things we use to tame that, you know what I'm saying, to taunt that down and bring it up. Whatever you choose to do, you know what I'm saying, with that, it's your choice, man. You got willpower. You got willpower. So align with my avatar to line with, once I've lined up my heart, right? And then lined up my command center, which is in your solar plex, right? And then um, grounding your root chakra. Grounding. That's why you see a lot of us, a lot of sitting on that root chakra, right? Because it's uh, the grounding effect. Imagine, I told a lot of people, I was saying my son too, it's no different than, walking that military, you got the generator or anything operating, you have to have a grounding to it, right? So it don't splurge that electrical current all over the place, right? You are an electrical being, a magnetic being. Yes, you are. Yeah, electricity just runs through you. Why do you think so many of us are scared? Yeah, I seen some lightning the other day. It raining around here. And then that lightning hitting you, that your mind, the first thing that your eyes was up, ooh, yeah, because that's you. You have a lot of that in you. That's just uncontrolled electricity. You're a controlled form of it. That's it. And you think you run around, you get electrocuted and stuff, because that electrocuted is your electric. You know what I'm saying? So you magnet that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Um, so on an advanced level, and we'll get there when we get more into this understanding, we'll stay. So you have your positions. Um, Positioning to me is for me, and I just can go for me. When you doing your meditation, many have encouraged when I was starting off, do what is comfortable for you and what make it your own. Because if you try to make it if you imitate others, it's just like anything else. You're just imitating somebody else. So you work with what you have on the education, educate yourself on what you have, and then make it your own, and don't be bashful that you're doing it this way, or you're doing it, because you're not. There's no one way, as long as your heart and your belief system is in pattern. You know what I'm saying? As long as your heart, your belief system, and you're focused. You're focused. That's the important thing. How can I sit there and correlate that to and help you understand that that's the reality? You realize there's people in prison that meditate heavily. Mm. Do you realize there's people in some of these primitive countries, that ones that we sit up and fight against and all this stuff? The reason why we're doing is because they got the ancient understanding, and your world don't want a lot of what we're doing and why we're trying to perform and bring back. They don't want it because they understand what it's gonna do. And you stop going out there consuming all that crap. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality. The one thing I want to correlate, because when people like, yeah, you be wearing these feathers and stuff, and you know, Gates and all these other cats be wearing, because some people understand, man. You know, I didn't look at them cowboy Indians movies and shows and stuff, Long Range and all that. Long Ranger wasn't the hero to me. It was that old Tonto. Tonto. Um, the perspective, aesthetics of to go into a smoky teepee and sit around a fire. Hmm. Tell me who had it right. Them Indians that would sit there and move that peace pipe around. I wonder what was in that peace pipe. Help them DMT. I know my red pill, blue pill, and red pill. Shout out, man. They love that. But yeah, so the majority of us, that was the last, if you want to say, reincarnation, Highland walk that we remember very well, all right, and correlate to understanding the principles and reason for that time or whatever Indians living, because it was us, all right, it was you, me, many of us, and using okay, we're at 50, using seeing what we were privy to, but not going in depth, our society not going in depth of the Indian culture. And I don't even want to say Indian, I want to say Indonesian, indigenous people to this land, because that's what they were. Um, what their practice, you see how they skim over what they practice, right? You get a little bit about the culture through the modern day Indians, right? But if we was go deeper and deep, this is what just a lot of what you see, all right? Probably minus the crystals, because I won't get into that. That was your wrong. But just you realize now, that I bring that to you, is when you walked into that teepee, that smoky teepee. This is some of the things that this is what they were doing. It was a meditate before we're gonna go to war, before we're gonna talk about what's the decisions we're gonna make up in here, how we're gonna live, what's the next move for the season, because we was already a migration people. You want to know what an immigration? That's not a bad word. Our society tried to make that a bad word. You was migrating for a reason. Food resources, this, that, seasons. It was supposed to. You changed just like the seasons did. You know what I'm saying? You were natural. Just all the word. You lived off the land. I should say we lived off the land. We read the stars. We read the functions of the grass was growing. When the fall came in, trees gone. Daddy, trees, the leaves falling. Oh, that's time. We gotta go. We gotta go south so we can go the buffalo roam that way. We gotta follow. You know what I'm saying? So you was natural. All right. What I'm trying to do is not make it so this is not rocket scientists. I don't want to jump into that. I don't want nobody running around talking about, man, I this hard. No, this is so easy. And it's just you and I just toning ourselves down because of the rigors of what we go through today. And I said this a couple of videos back, where that we ourselves cannot identify with ourselves because we got so much going on in our lives. We don't have the time. If we don't have the time, we don't make the time. If we don't make the time that we don't have doesn't allow us. See how this works? So you have to, you yourself, me, I, all of us, and please believe it's difficult. Yes, it is most difficult, especially in our day and age today. Man, I tell you, I stay on my phone, especially now, doing wanting to do the things that I want to do. That I need the technology to reach you and so many more people. So I understand. I stay on it just to gravitate to see how the pulse is, because I'm not somebody who be in the streets and run around no more and gravitate because the people I'm around. You know what I'm saying? So social media is perfect for me because I can see everything I need to see. You know what I'm saying? That I want to see. So the connection between. Okay, we're gonna get into our session because I can do this. We can continue on next Wednesday. So just having your essentials and your tools, you know what I'm saying? If you can, go to a crystal shop and get you that and some essentials, crystal healing. It'll give you everything. It'll give you the yoga poses, the essential oils you can use, the affirmations, the mantras, chakras, the link to chakras, to tell you what the chakras, the location, of where you can put these crystals. Because yes, when you advance, you can place these crystals on you because they are, let me read to you something. And regulates and blocking symptoms. Okay, and we'll get on that. So your crystals, in order to maximize your benefits, and I'll read right down the phone. I'm not gonna be like I'm a know-it-all. In order to maximize and benefit your crystals, we suggest that you actively focus on what you want to achieve, such as health, relationship, or money. The goal is to generate and attract as much as positive energy and to counteract all the negative energy from you and around you. This action alone will greatly enhance and benefits the healing crystals. All right. So what the crystals are capable of doing, crystals are that's a living thing. So if you heard me many times in the past, when you go in our inner core of Gia, Mother Earth, man, it's amazing. Right. So they our powers to be, they know what's going on, and it's another world inside our inner core. All right. How you know this is because I always attribute people this. They not gonna make somebody try to put in my ear. Oh, we got some great innovators and creative people that can come up with illusions to make you think this is real and all that. And you better get out here in my face with some of that stuff because um, our society is built off of what's now, what we found out, and then exploiting, exposing it in various ways, and then make it seem as though we've come with the imagination of this and that. I mean, you seen it somewhere. So you go in some of these movies, Lost in Center Earth, and all this kind of rock be going down there, and all these other people. I think I seen what they call the last one. I seen good actors go down there drilling down inside the core and all that shit, and you see all these kind of stuff. And it's big time, yeah, big time. Better believe that, please. So crystals have their own unique and specific vibration. So you have these crystals in our inner core. All right. So a lot of people starting to bring these crystals out, and y'all starting to see things are beautiful and this and that, different colors, and they vibrate. It's life. It's a living entity that, and it's been around millions, if billions. You know what I'm saying? So when you have them around you, everybody understand we're a vibrating entity. You always vibrate. You can't see it, but we vibrate. All right. Everything around you vibrate. All right. And so when you have this thing now, and it's been around millions, billions of years vibrating, and it understands you are the supreme being. You, the woman is the supreme being, but you're an extension, Sean, of the supreme being. So that crystal understand who you is and knows everything. All right. And the memory in it, the healing, the functionality in it. If you can do some of the things that I just told you earlier, tap into your heart, align yourself, boom, 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 then these beautiful things right here begin to work for you in a magnificent way. You'll feel it. You'll feel your calmness. You'll feel your awareness to it. And it'll start bringing and generating memories to it as you get deeper and deeper within your awareness and your soul. There ain't no spook. There won't be no spook thing. All right. So I didn't talk to long enough on that because I know some of y'all got to go to bed, man. So what we're gonna do is there's several mantras, but what I've learned is that at times when you doing the mantras, you learn from some martial art cats. when you're doing your mantras, you your mantras are a code, can be a code assigned to your spirit because your spirit is not physically talking to you like you want to hear. All right. So your mantras, anything that is a sign to what you want or what you, why am I doing this? So if you're holding your hand a certain part, any mantras and certain points of doing and stuff like that, then that is just a sign, a signal to your spirit saying, this is what I'm looking for. Indefinite. I want knowledge. Um, um, I want healing. Um, I want the psychic ability to see, in the future, in the past, or anything like that. This is, you tap in. You can acquire these things. All right. So with me though, my two basic mantras here is my point of view. All right. Establishing my point of view. All right. Direct. I want to be direct, and you can make it what you want. Man. Turn it, alleviate, whatever. So what I've done is made it comfortable for me because I believe in one of the martial artists. Okay, explain. The more you put your physical in, almost like lifting weights, the more you can lift, the more you can sustain in a position of strength and compose yourself within it, the greater the entity will come to you because it sees power within you and wants to shower you with more power. You know what I'm saying? It's observing your realm, your universe is observing the strength that you're displaying within yourself to want this wealth of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Want this wealth of healing, want this wealth of peace among things like that. So caveat to this, because I won't stray away from it, because it's something I come to understand. Your Mary Jane, when you're using your Mary Jane out there, some of y'all know, some you young folks don't know what I'm talking about because I ain't gonna be explicit on it. It's it is one of, if not the most useful tools for beginners. Right? I'll say for beginners because uh, uh, and this is me, my opinion, what um, pothead or whatever you want to call them, what they don't realize is when you're doing that and you have some good stuff and you and your DMT and all that stuff, you floating, you wonder why you talking, offlandish or why some things and you're experiencing things that you would never say or even do sober or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, without DMT. The spirits, bro. Many of us come to the equation understanding that you bring spirits in when you get drunk and alcoholic. And I said, yeah, yeah. Spirits love to have fun. Better believe that. Love, love. And yes, you can bring in various types of spirits. Yeah, you can bring in demonic spirits. You can bring in angelic spirits. So I think that's one thing I need to caveat. I don't think I'll say angelic and demonic. It is all versed off who you are, your inner being. You're gonna attract what you are. You down here being do boo boo murder number 187 dude, and you want to sit down and meditate because I'm finna before what's that cat's name? What's that white cat on HBO? Yeah, like we love. He was a doctor or something. He ain't gonna murder people. Nobody knew he was a murderer. Can't remember that show name. But y'all know what I'm talking about. And you gonna sit down and meditate before you gonna do that. So you gonna do that at a steady pace. Your hand when you sing that. You do it. Let that demonic spirit come in and help you, and then do that. Yeah, you do all that shit. But if you know what I'm saying, and y'all got to basically, I don't look at one of the young lady, one of the goddesses said, I know I'm going with my time, but it's first day, so we got to work through this. And I appreciate you for those who staying with me and not looking at time because it is what it is. It's the first one, so it's gonna be a little rough. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, but it's what you attract. Right? So what you're trying to attract, though, you do want that godly understanding, that positive understanding, right? Coming to the play with a positive energy because what you're coming to, you're trying to neglect the negative energy, wash it off, wash it off. You're trying to come in with a healing effect so you can relieve that stress, because stress is what it inflammates us and all this other kind of stuff, right? So you're trying to knock that stuff off. So we talked about your mantras, you can talk about your music, and you find the bowls. Right now you hear the singing bowls. Um, why? Because if you understand your inner core and your inner, how it vibrates, what makes it vibrate, almost think of like the funny bone type theory. When you see that funny bone and the what's that instrument? Boy, you boy all over the place. I tell you, my head. The triangle thing and ding ding. That's you inside. That's your bones and all stuff. Bones dry. You be ding ding. So you want that vibration, because that vibration on the outside goes within your core and it gets that energetic vibration, get you vibrating with the inside, so that you can you're awakening your spirit, you're awakening your inner core. That's all. You have every bit of. I know it's crazy, y'all, but there was a couple of movies that really stuck out to me when I was a young person. Like, do they know what they showed me? Alien was one. I shout out in my music, Sigourney Weaver. When that little creature came out, I ain't look at it like everybody else did. Like, crazy creature came out. No, that was her inner. Her inner came out. The inner that was operating this. No talk. Another movie was Will Smith and the Men in Black, when Cat Daddy went in, him and his partner went into that restaurant before the Roach Man came up in there to get him, and killed him. And the little, when they opened him up in the infirmary, right, opened his head or whatever, and that little guy was sitting. I keep trying to tell people now. You can look at that literally, because I don't. It's a movie, got it, and they got to extravagate and show you all this kind of, make it fancy and stuff like that. But you have an inner being. Real talk. I promise on everything. You have an inner being. You ain't got to believe me if you don't want to. You don't think you got an inner being? Go look at my Facebook, my old Facebook back in the day, what I look like, what I talk. Go look at old videos. Go, do that. Do that to the person I am now. You know what I'm saying? People like, who the hell? This is like, talk. And I ain't trying to be different than who I was. I'm just trying to be better than what I was. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But the transformation is just coming, it's just doing what it do, because I'm gonna be true to it. You know what I'm saying? And I believe, not want to be, I believe that Almighty look down on me in great magnitude and say, yeah, I'm gonna use you as a tool, because you're true. You ain't transparent. You ain't trying to run away from it, hide from it. And at the same time, you doing God's work, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter what you think about, how you think about it, because once again, that's why I'm here to show you. This is my connection. This is my universe. You're in my universe. You see what I'm saying? So we move. So let's get into. I'll say, we got to save a little bit for the next presentation. So we'll talk about we live off, and I'll go more in depth about location crystals, relegates. We'll talk about blockage symptoms, and then we'll talk about programming and things like that in the next. So right now we'll take ourselves to find yourself a comfortable place, a chair, sit down. If you like to chill out, sit down. So we're gonna turn the music on. What the things you're gonna be working on? Breathing is important. I told people, I think the one caveat that the one thing that I've learned and picked up quickly is my breathing, and understanding that you want to get to a point where that you can't hear yourself breathing. You don't even know you're breathing. It's almost as if you're going into a realm state, such a potential span. People start to chat. Hold on, just 1 minute. And visible state. Thank you. And yeah, you can go in there and chat if you want to. Um, almost in the coma state. Like, why you know the coma state is? Because you know that person don't know they not breathing and they not know that, but they in a coma state. They don't know if they dead or alive or not. So that's the in between you want to be. In the beginning, not so much. There's not gonna be anything scary about it, but your emotions when you start up, if you're real with it, it's gonna be just like this. Right? You're gonna work on your breathing. You're gonna shallow it out. You're gonna to get your heart involved. You have to, if you're not vibrating at that point yet, to get that point, you'll know when you're vibrating because your heart will start pounding, and you'll know and you'll hear. So the things that I would have to do in the beginning was I had to stop my breathing. All right, at time, had to hold my breath to get my heart to, you see what I'm saying, to hear it, to feel it in my silence. Once you've done that, you have to do that several times. I think I had to do that for like 2 months because it wouldn't come regular. All right, so that just showed how out of touch I was with my inner. You know what I'm saying, to me. And so once I was able to sit down and not have to gasp so much and because you're gonna feel uncomfortable at times and things like that. But once I was able to get in, man, I was meditating like 2 to 3 hours straight, real talk. And I attribute that to because I have to be honest with you. I know now that the only reason why I had the ability to do that was because of what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? It was like last resort. Like I get this or who knows? You get what I'm saying? So now when you're not in your feelings or you're not using this to for them purposes and you're just doing a basic going through life, it's more easy. I can't let you. Sometimes I feel like I'm just like I told somebody, I said, you in the guard, you stay in the guard. Once you that's the understanding to me is that when the theory of gardening, the garden of Eve and the garden of Eve is losing consciousness of your perspective that you're still in the garden here. The garden is not a specific place for me. The garden is this world. Okay? And how we lost connection of the garden was when Eve ate the apple, when Eve and Adam ate the apple. Because it's so crazy how Adam gets the, ain't crazy, don't you say like Adam gets like the, anyway, well, that's another story. But when they ate the apple, they came to a consciousness. They came to understanding, awareness. All right. Okay, cool. I wasn't mad about it. It's just understanding that, okay, in that unconsciousness creation, a consciousness of the willpower. You got to adjust it to the willpower of okay, now you can do it your way, or you can, you know, allow me to be your guide. So we understand they chose themselves to guide themselves, put clothes on, that, where that the meditation brings you back to the awareness that God need to be your guide. See how easy that is? Or not, because you have the free will. The Lord already told you, he, where you gonna go. And see, you have free will. Some of us now don't choose to go back to the understanding the principles of God because it's lasting. That the free will of wanting this and that stuff don't last. The outer stuff that we love and want, that stuff don't last. All right. So let's get into our meditation. When you come and approach into it, try to clear your head. When you get into it, you stop your breathing to when you can hear your heart. Once you hear your heart, you start allowing just float within yourself. Stay mind control of keeping your eyes closed. All right, visualizing, trying to go into deep, not trying to see what's happening right here. Don't 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 get all spooky with yourself. Today, I'm trying to see something. You ain't finna see nothing yet. I'm just gonna be honest with you. For about unless you see what I'm saying, unless you one of them star seeds, because there's a lot of those out there that once we get tuned in, hey, you in, you know what I'm saying? So there's something out there. But don't allow yourself to get so awareness of that. Oh, I'm finna look at stuff. I'm finna see what he see. You ain't finna see nothing. This is a control of your mind. Your brain is nothing but a computer projector. That's it. So what you really trying to do is go in there and see more than what you thought you knew. You know what I'm saying? Expand it. Make it stretch. You're trying to stretch your brain. Just like you stretch your muscles, you're trying to build it, gravitate it, armor it. You know what I'm saying? You orchestrating it and at a point in time instead of letting it orchestrate and dictate to you. Right? Because what we put into it can influence us. That's why they love commercials coming on every second, see what I'm talking about? Because they know how your brain works. This is going to fit. If that motherfucker hungry, then let's keep putting these Whataburger and McDonald's commercials up because he'll get his ass up and he'll go get one. You see how that works? That's the facts. Them car raggedy, man, keep throwing these damn commercials up there with them new cars because eventually this fool will go get a goddamn new. See how that works? So you, us, me, we can orchestrate how we redirect that energy to serve us and to serve the inner. The inner don't give a damn about no car. And the inner don't get. You see what I'm talking about? All this. Inner don't care. That's why you can get so many of spiritual people like you got it or don't. It's just real talk. You see someone just ain't got nothing. You're like, yeah, come on. Bobby Hemmings wanted to explain that very well. When you really, really toned in and invested in and stuff, you don't care about this too much about this other stuff, outer stuff. You just using it for survival or to continue on, but worrying about it, doing living with the Joneses and I'm gonna be a millionaire. No, man. No, man, that ain't got nothing. That ain't gonna serve nothing. Inner don't care. Don't care. Just don't. It's that outer. This. Okay. So you coming to the plate clear. In theory, yeah, because I just did this to myself. You taking when you sit yourself down and meditate, you taking your brain to the gym, to a meditation gym. Let's call it for what it is. I think I'll open up some can of worms. That's what it is. All right. So let's get into it. We're talking. Y'all know I'm around. So for this one, I use this is definite. Like you going through situations and stuff. You like telling yourself, "Hey, this is it." All right. The one I'm using right now is my natural bridge connection, wanting to connect with every and anything positive, no matter the terms, no matter the whatever it is, I want to connect with it, all right, and feed off of it, allow it to feed off of me, all positive. Weak, those that are feeling weak out there, those that are feeling depressed, those that are feeling um, nowhere, no way, no, they don't see no way out of things and things like that. I'm gonna connect with you, man. Feed my energy, use my energy, use your energy, transform. Right? That's what I'm here for. I'm not asking nothing from nobody, man. Giving. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to turn to. More of our world, more of our people, strong ones. I implore you Virgos out there, man. You have this healing power. And if it's not this type of healing power, you have whatever healing power within your genre of religion or way of life, man. You're a healer. You need to understand that. That's not to take away from any other um, sign, zodiac sign in our circle. You also have powers, but one of ours, the greatest, is the healing of the Virgo. You know what I'm saying? Yours is might be something different, and it is, and it's a healing. It's a bit. We don't have it. You have it. Please go down there and my one of the spiritual folks and young people that I love watching, 19 Keys. He explained it yesterday very well, and I shot that video out across my platform because I loved how he lectured that in, where that each all them 12 zodiacs in that sign have a different power to serve the zodiac. My understanding to me is before we came down here to get into this body and built it and stuff so we could permeate down here. We was all 12 zodiacs, we was all complete. We was all there. All right. If it's not we, then those that the entity that put us here, we can get on about. You could have your own differences. They were all that first. And then but to get into this and do this, all right, we broke down into pieces of the 12. All right. Once you could say tribes, see how it works? You can call them the 12 tribes. You can call them the 12 disciples. See how this works? So people are right about numbers. All right, enough. Let's get into it. So I took a breathe. I don't do nothing special, y'all. Close my eyes. It would help with the music, huh? And you don't have to do music. All right, we talked about this. You don't have to do music when you talk about this, Sean. You don't have to do music. You can be silent, quiet, but you do need a peaceful place. You got children all around, TV on, computer. You doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You understand? It ain't gonna come to noise. Communication is not gonna come to noise, chief. Just ain't gonna do it. Silent, quiet. Okay. You can have your earbuds in. I usually when I'm doing this, I love my earbuds in because that just closes a whole lot off. AC, all that kind of stuff. Uh, you can lie down. You know what I'm saying? All that. Just get comfortable. All right. I'll tell you what you as a beginner, what you want to do is clear your head. See what the natural flow of your vein does. You know what I'm saying? What I'm doing on my level is continuing to project the universe that I want in my life, what I want in my life, how I pattern, and in that I'm seeing myself at this point in time, walking in my pattern. So I'm seeing my future. I'm putting myself in the future, what I look like, what I'm doing, what I want to do, what my heart wants to be, and it's not really attributed to but I look at it as what God's vision is for me. Something. Important thing. Sorry about that. If I interrupt, this is fine as I go. Like I told you, this is not a planned out schematic written down. I'm just taking you through a live understanding of how I do me. One of the things that I learned from Brother CL Freeman was allowing your tongue to touch the roof of your mouth, all right? The roof of your inside your mouth, right? There's a couple things you can do. You can use your own. You can do that, all right? And it helps your vibration. And we'll go into that as we graduate. And you can use the down. All right, and we'll graduate and we do that. We'll show that. What I'll have to do is go expand more on the usage of them and stuff. And I'll get that education. But these are things I know off the skin. One of the important things why you're doing that is because we have a serum, and it's not just your sperm, your liquid, your flashes that you use for procreation, but it's also it's a magic liquid that you bring up, you allow to come through your chakras and try to raise up to go liquefy your brain. All right, to get that. It's like a magic serum or whatever. So if you follow me, many understand and know that my realms of how I appropriate with me myself right now. So I have to at times stay in a meditative state because I use my liquids in so many forms. But anyway, so what that tongue does, hitting that roof of that mouth entertains the raj of allowing that to circumvent upwards. All right. When you can come out of your, we call your lower realm, all right, from your solar plex down, that's your lower realm. Up, you coming up to your higher realm, all right. Heart chakra, getting up to your heart chakra, getting up to your throat chakra, to your crown chakra, then you getting up into your higher realm. Okay. And then you becoming a high vibration individual. Does that mean you coming better than anybody else? No, that's it. No, you just mean entertaining more volume of power. You're becoming more enlightened. Your aura starts shining, things like that. You start seeing your avatar change and things like that because you're coming into a natural flow of existing instead of allowing the things around you predicate, what I'm saying, how you grow, what your growth is. All right, let's get it. I apologize. Y'all know I'm a rambler. So we're gonna do 5 minutes because it's 10:24. I know some of y'all trying to get in their bed. So we're gonna do 5 minutes, all right? 6 minutes. It's 10 minutes. So here we go. All right, all right. Hey, so we just did a little minutes, couple minutes, 5 minutes. Let me see. We did 6 minutes. Good. All right. So, me with in my honesty was not able to focus, concentrate because the reality of it is I don't use light when I'm meditating. I don't have no lights. I use candles. I have my candle here, so I should have turned the candle, the light off a little, but I didn't want y'all to see me in darkness. All right. So, um, only effect I was able to get is just the calmness. You know what I'm saying? Get a little calmness and felt a lot of energy because what I know, what looks at me. You know what I'm saying? Obscurously. So I felt energy. All right, feel energy. So you will feel if you're doing it properly, you will feel energy. You'll feel it. It'll feel like you're floating. All right, like your shoulders. You'll just feel light, things like that. If you're doing it, when you realize that you're doing it really properly, is when you come out, man, you feel like you asleep. Like I feel like that's just not me doing it because I'm just tired. I just woke up about 2 hours ago, so just get that effect. But I might be getting a little residual effect off the meditation, but that's how you feel. You feel like, man, I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, man, I feel like I'm asleep for like hours. So meditate. And I'm talking about just based off when you're doing it right, just based off 5, 10 minutes, you feel like that. So you get the stretching and stuff. And it's just your body and what you done was you left your body. It's just the bottom line. You believe it or not, but you left your body and you went entertained what you visualized, dreamed, what you were seeing. You went, you astroplaned. So, um, beautiful thing. This is something that no, we don't have to be getting no Jim Jones effect and go over to Jamestown and do all this so we can get ready to drink some Kool-Aid and that. No, we ain't gotta do none of that. We ain't gotta get together. What's the self? What's the self? And the fellowship that you can do, won't do, stuff like what red pill and blue pill do. I give them dudes honor to that, man. Going out to these historical sites where that so many of our people in ancient history time, that's what they would do: grab an age together, fellowship, and use the power of our world. You know, the energy of our sun, the energy of our surroundings around us, the rain, all the things, and uh, help us, coincide with it. And then going about our lives on the daily, man. Just keep it with us. So I just continue to do this at this level to encourage us to. These are some tools and one of the ways of coinciding with the other ways that we have come found to be useful in our lives, but at some point in time has come unuseful for our lives because of the poisonous corruption and all this stuff inside our systems and stuff. Like I said, first want to tell anybody, I believe in um, I respect our various religious ways of communicating with our Almighty. But when we know that we have people out here that are doing things that against, you can do this. You can practice. Yeah, let's use me for instance, Sean. You can practice this real well and show me this and look so perfect doing it and everything. But when you hit that door, I see the worst of you, though. So I'm not understanding. See what I'm talking about? So that's where I'm getting to, because this should bring out the best of you, just like every other religion should bring out the best of us. But we're finding that the religions are bringing out the worst of people. And then we're finding out the most religious people that look, act, put the suit on, clothes, Sundays, get on pictures and stuff on Sundays and show you what they person, what they look like going to church. We're finding out that's a facade. I always said the people, those that will, something I should probably leave to myself because I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but if you go out your way to show me how perfect you're trying to be, for others and stuff, then you have the most to hide. It's just me. It's just Sean. You know what I'm saying? So um, I can't put no act on for nobody, man. I can't. I won't. I will continue to be transparent in my channel and what I do. And I'll continue to ask the question to so many of us out there. We gripe, moan, complain, bitch about what we don't have, what we don't do, da 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 da. And now, like I said, so many of us, as I say, some of these young people are starting to get it. And it was coming sideways, and we was having trouble with it and all that stuff. But now they starting to understand that, yeah, man, you know, when do I get off this hamster wheel that I didn't watch my people get on so many times and been done that? When do my own unique creativeness come out and say enough with the buffoonery? You know what I mean? Love some. I encourage people to watch some Dick Gregory, man. And Dick Gregory put some stuff in perspective, make you come back. I said, man, I ain't shit. I gotta recognize that. I ain't been shit for a long time. So now I have to turn that shit that I was taught, influenced by, and turn that mug into some gold. Because this gold right here, this path that I'm on helps serves me, my purpose on, and helps see more life for me to see more people happy inside. Happy inside. I don't give a about your outside. You got a house, car, and all this stuff. You think you happy about all this stuff. No, you just, just what you happy about is I ain't poor like I used to be. I ain't poor like my family used to be, and I ain't eating mayonnaise sandwiches, this and that. We got to be honest with it. That's what I'm happy about. The fact that I got a Lambo, that's just cherry on top, man. Thank God, you know, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But understanding that, okay, now the thing is old, this old, that old. Uh, uh, Now what you gonna do? Why I gotta go to the new one? Why? Because that's gonna make me feel good. You can't make yourself feel good inside. Because if you feel good inside about yourself, watch this. Then this 10 speed that I rode for about 6 months, because my 300 was down, you know what I'm saying? It'll be good. It's enough for you. And rode that mud for 6 months around this neighborhood like I was driving a goddamn Lamborghini Porsche. Something like that. And then when the 300 got up, yeah, let's go. Lambo, let's go. See how it works? Perspective, baby. But I don't mean that now when I go get the real thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just a measure, man. Measure yourself. We all want to feel good. We want the outer to feel good. But what I'm trying to do for myself and show others, I don't need my outer overtaking my inner to kill it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I keep chasing money, dreams, all these things that ain't subservient to me, it's gonna kill my inner being. Why you think Elvis Presley, Jimi Hendrix, and all these beautiful, creative people died so young? Tupac, Neil. The outer start taking us over, man. And if the outer didn't start taking them over, the people that was outside them that was hating on their outer took them out. See what I'm talking about? But wondrous if somebody like Pac was able to, Nip was able to show their beautifulness because they were all beautiful. All these people were beautiful human beings, and not have to show you their aggressiveness and tankness and anger and stuff because of what the positions they were put in. Because I come from a gang family, because I'm in correlated with gang people, because I'm correlated with a violent life. So I have to show you this outer being that gotta protect and defend this thing. So that right there taint and mess with your inner right there. It just don't correlate. It just don't correlate. So you trying your best to get them to line up. And many of us saying, Pop was alive tonight, or Nip was alive tonight. Some of these great, beautiful Biggie, all of them, every one of them is alive today. In your older age, think about that. We get more wiser and we say to ourselves, man, the things I used to do, man, I can't. I'm 52. I don't be on the club standing up against the wall looking at everything. Might look good, status good, sitting there looking at it, but this ain't serving me. This they world. Let me leave that world to them, and let me get over here. And sometimes I'm not knocking nobody who 50 something up in the club. No, no. It just comes a phase in your life when you start to grow. That's all. All right. Because a lot of us got kids in the club. And I'll be damn. I sit up there in the club with my kids. Now I party with my child and stuff just to show, just to show my child and my children and young folks, hey, this is the right way to do it. You Drake, God, get all that. Do what you want to do, but control yourself. You set up parameters. You know, if we are an hour away from where we live, then why are we trying to drive home drunk, 5 cars deep? Let's get this. Let's correlate some money together. Boom, boom. So get us some food and stuff. Shoot, got a room. Somebody met somebody. Shit, get a couple rooms for them. You know what I'm saying? I should catch this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Work like that. So just searching for you, looking for you. You know, be self-awareness, self-aware yourself. Contribute to the ether, the atmosphere, instead of taking away. You know, taking away meaning want to kill or harm my brother, man, or sister. That's taken away. You're taking the soul away. You're taking energy away from the source. Let the natural flow of that be what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people on this earth think that we got to do population control. No, it, just like nature does its own thing, man. It's just the power to be. Don't want too many fools. I don't know, man. So I love you. Thank you for showing up, man. We done been on here for uh, long time. Started at 9:30. You know, so about an hour. So that's a good thing. I promise that the next Wednesday, we'll cut it down to an hour. I promise that. I put the time on stuff. But I knew that this was just gonna start off in the beginning. So next Wednesday, I'd love to entertain you again. And we'll advance. We'll start off where we started off, and we'll advance a little bit more. And we'll just keep on going, man. And we'll gravitate towards that. You know, it's got little things. All right, it's magnets and stuff to keep you, boom, keep your energy to yourself. All right, try to do that. Um, what I recommend, those of you riding with me, seeing this, do about 3 weeks would be first before you yourself go out and entertain that with other people, so you can get a wealth of knowledge enough to armor yourself and prove yourself that you can do it with yourself, and we can spread. All right, love you. If you ain't loving yourself, y'all know my mantra, man. Love yourself. This is a part of it. You gotta start loving yourself. When you start loving yourself and you start getting deeper within yourself, people gonna, hey, one other one. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. So you're doing something new. You're doing something out the box. Here you is, meditate, being quiet, got camera, and you young and all that stuff. I understand aesthetics. A lot of y'all around some confusion, drama. People that love drama. We love drama. Our world is built on drama. So yes, be careful. Don't walk down this path if you can't. If your outer can't handle the criticism, can't handle people calling you weird, can't handle people calling you the devil, you voodoo. Y'all ain't seen no voodoo. We ain't did nothing. We ain't called nobody. We ain't called Allah Akbar and all this. You know what I'm saying? We did none of that. All right, because don't entertain it. Don't need it. Okay. Um. So you prepare yourself. Don't just go venture out. I'm telling you, take some warning. Take this warning. Heed the warning. All right. I'm 52. I've been around this world. See, I done traveled. I ain't seen beautiful people. All right. So the criticism and the entertaining that I take from other people is too easy because I've been around the world. Half these fools ain't even been out their street, out their town. Some of these people just in their 40s being able to travel. See what I'm talking about? I've been doing that since I was young. So mind closed. People that are doing that, that's gonna do that to you, or that do that to other people, they mind closed. They don't know no better. Understand? So if you're able to keep on pushing and moving past that, then you're somebody for this. But if you ain't and you take criticism hard and all that stuff, you might want to gauge what you're doing, all right? Or not be so vocal about what you're doing. That's what I intend to tell you, all right? Because yeah, it's like a 1 out of 10. Probably even higher than that, all right? And don't get into no chosen. Oh, I'm about to be a chosen. Don't listen to that. Okay. It's out there. People telling me, oh, I'm chosen. I did this, and you are chosen, and you this, and you are Charlotte. You can entertain that stuff if you want to, man. But I would encourage you just be the best you. You already got a little who you are, who you was right. Make you. And when you do that, those around you who think who when the change transformation comes and stuff, you don't know, you don't know, because people want to gravitate around you for just to see who you are, and you so much peace around you, you uplifted and things like that. When you start seeing that, rather than seeing, fool, I'm gonna kill you away, all that BS. Okay, so what else? Yeah, keep being beautiful at yourself. Stay on path. Stay on path. One more thing. I came out today because I had a childhood friend that I looked up to. Sounded as if he had some issues, and he did. He did sound like he had some issues. It didn't sound like the same person that I knew back in the day. Um, and was supposed to have some sessions because I have got the website, but still got to get certificates and stuff like that to ensure that I don't put myself in the jam and stuff like that. Um, but got to the day and texted me earlier, and just came with a wealth of stuff. The reason why he couldn't do it, he was going to start at 10 this morning, but he couldn't do it then. Then later, and I tried to call him, but I don't chase people. That's the wrong way. Is it? Because I feel like if I gotta, I just don't like giving people business, man. Your time. You really gonna get me. You'll get at me. But didn't happen. So I understood. Like I said, it's close to the family, and I use this opportunity for my family, man. I put myself out there to understand that we live and we learn, and you'll never forgive. And I've said this many times. You'll never forget things that go on in your life. Um, but you do have the ability and the power to forgive. And I tell everybody I forgive in this walk and journey of my life. I had to learn this. And I forgive immensely because I thank y'all now. I thank each and every one of y'all out there who played a part, whether it's good or bad, whether it's ghost me or didn't put comments or didn't put likes and stuff like that. Um, I thank you for all that because that's what helped build the person you see today. That's what helped keep the person that's going now. And also that's what helped me to see the vision that I need, my vision on way forward and stuff like that. A confirmation, I should say, because seeing the vision, but just like, man, it's real. This is what I'm slowly doing. So everything understanding when you get to a point, you understand this was the benefit. This 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 is what you're supposed to go through. Might not have liked it. I did. Hurt so many times. Shed tears, heart, focusing on things I've done, things I've been in the past, and um, you'll go through the why me effect and all that stuff. But when you're able to bound past that and see the bigger picture, is that if you wouldn't have went through that, would you be here? Would you have the aspirations and be inspired to do the things you want to do? Would you have the courage and confidence to do the things that you're doing right now? Uh, so I'll always say that we are our biggest instrument in the tool bag. The individual, the human being, the she, the him, not the TV, not the media, not these electronics. They just the facilitators to help us do what we do. But the human consciousness, the human mind, the human being, yeah, you're the primordial focus. You know what I'm saying? So me understanding that, keep it natural, keep it simple, and just talk to the people, man. The people that you love. I don't even know half y'all, but because I know myself, you see what I'm talking about? And I'm so much aware of myself that I can imagine so many of us going through the things that I've been through. Worse, less, doesn't matter. But we all go through it. So how do we atone to it? How do we allow ourselves to come out of the conditions that locked us down, that hurt us. You know what I'm saying? Because we all gonna go through it. It don't matter whether you rich. Ask Gates. Gates just got no shout out. He a human being too. Shit. Him and his wife separated. But we look at like, oh, they rich and he gonna give her this money. There's still a heart involved in that. Still time was spent in that. You know what I'm saying? Rich people hurt. Just like poor people hurt. Mm-hmm. And caveat, rich people hurt even more because they rich, got money, and I said, some of them just are the ones that's most out of touch with themselves than you, because they rich. Think about it, got a servant running around, robots and shit all around the house doing things for them, do shit for themselves. Wake up, some of them don't even wash their face themselves. Like, yeah, got y'all just don't know. I just see something crazy. You gotta watch I watched 2 Chainz last year. 2 years ago, I watched 2 Chainz. He showed how rich people live. I love that show. I don't watch no more. I don't really got all kinds of it. And even him, 2 Chainz been rich for a minute. Even him like, y'all say this. So I say that because they the most out of touch individuals of their self-awareness and stuff. So when they heart go down, they take a fall. That's why a lot of them commit suicide quickly. Like, man, shit. CEOs of business and stuff like that. Man, I can't handle it. What? We all lost our time. They be like, man, I'm gone. And I'm not trying to make fun of it, but just, I'm trying to show you how so out of touch money can make you, and the things around us can make you. And that's all it is. The things around us have made us out of touch with our reality. We have made this meta reality, this reality over here, and man, all and they ain't nowhere near no reality. You know what I'm saying? So just a form of checking ourselves, baby. And then trying to bring it to us like, the way we see each other is like, well, look how he bring it. He spoke and look how he look. And, do you hear the message? Do you hear the message? Because my life ain't perfect. Far the hell from it. Far from it. But the things I'm not doing, I'm so blessed to myself to say, Sean, thank God you ain't part of this group that do this crap. Part of this group that accepts this crap. Part of this group that will watch children. You see what I'm talking about? There's some foul human beings on this earth out here doing some demonstrous, savage things. And they dressed up nice. They dressed up nice. And a lot of us like, nah, he didn't do that. She didn't do that. No, shh, man. We see it in our society. We don't drop no names, but we drop the names that gone. Some of us see Epstein in the streets. We be like, man, that dude, they can't smooth. But he drives nice, savant, intelligent speaker, can speak to any level of people, all that money, all that. Nobody never know what's going on his little island, huh? If you didn't know, if you didn't hear. And the people that went to the island and entertained it, let's not forget, they still roaming around big hot. They know. Some of them watch. Mm-hmm. So you gotta be careful with the cover. Be careful who you think. Oh, they mean good. They look good. They look like they got their life going on good. Man, stop. That's what it's about. So that's what glad Spirit let me go into that, because that's what I'm having to learn. All right. I can't tell nobody no lie, because what I never did was judge a book by its cover. I never did, man. You can't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. But let me tell you something. When you see and you know these books, like this book, I was been with this book, and here comes another book look just like that book. But I don't want to stereotype that book. So let me get to know that book. Oh, yeah, hold on. Same traits. Just polished up. Talk a little better. Might be educated a little bit too. You know what I'm talking about? Watch yourself. So we have to learn how to discern. That's it, man. Are you gonna get there right when you spiritual stuff? Your spirit, when you get tuned in, I'm talking about, hey, look, when you get this down, it only take about 2 months, I think, 3 months. So, let me tell you something. It's a power that you're gonna bless, love. You're gonna tell yourself, thank God that I invested in this. Because now my soul, I don't watch this. I don't necessarily have to discern anybody. My spirit, my own spirit will push people, bad people. They'll want to stay away because they're like, look, when they watch it, that weirdo, I don't watch it. I'm cool with you, but I don't like, the master. What you talking about? I can sit up here and talk about I don't like the fact you all you like is doggy style, or you know what I'm saying? I talk about anybody else sexual, you know what I'm saying? Purpose. Why that got to do with mm. So this next thing, we gotta stop judging each other, especially on stuff that you don't know no better. You don't. I cannot come on here and be like, man, let me re-educate you. This before we was doing this. It's just it wastes my time and energy. You know what I'm saying? So I keep myself around people that's not gonna waste my time and energy, and I just analyze and decipher. You know what I'm saying? So basically, boil down to is your spirit will help you big time push away negative energy, keep negative energy, and it will bring in positive energy. I promise, like-minded, everything. I promise on everything I love. Because when you start speaking and you start bringing out your heart, your inner, people that see that will be like, man, that's right there. That's true. That's real. All right, and that's all we're trying to be. Come back to realness and get out of the reality that's been this bullcorn reality that's been permeated around us to believe in the reality. You know what I'm saying? This dissident reality, this made up reality. All right. So we had 11. So I want to hit. All right. Appreciate you. Love you. Do great thing, Virgos. Let's go. Your mind. We should be able to touch a lot of hearts. All right. And just do your best. All right. Love each other. Hey, Lee. Before I leave, you already know. You ain't loving yourself. You wrong. Nobody else. Nobody else. You wrong if you're not loving yourself. And then you know better, do better. Let's go.